Hey techies, welcome back in Tech IVP channel. So techies, right now we are in the part 11 in our SDET interview question series. Today we are going to discuss these topics which are presented on your screen. So let's start. But moving to next step, please like, share and subscribe this channel to get more amazing stuff about SDET rule interview question. And also don't forget, post your opinion, your thoughts in the comment section. So let's start. Okay. The first question is, did you use TestRail, test case management tool? Okay, TestRail is a test case management tool. Okay, if you have hands-on experience with this tool, then you can say that yes, okay, I have. Okay, else you say that no. Okay, but if you have hands-on experience, then you can say that TestRail is a powerful test management, test execution and result tracking, as well as project and quality planning. It helps capture test result, attach file and log, screenshot and proof of testing and linking bug registered. Means it's a powerful tool through which we can manage our project. Okay. What is configuration management? Configuration management refers to your infrastructure and performance. Okay, functional and physical attributes in the line with its requirement, design and operations to their best performance throughout its life. Okay, it's called configuration management. Okay, next question is, what are popular configuration management tool have you heard of? Okay, so in that case you can say that Ansible, Chef, Puppet, Enterprise, Terraform we already discussed in the last tutorial. Okay, these are the few tools, okay, which are commonly or widely used in the corporate sector. Next one is, what is scalability testing? Important interview question for the candidate who are appearing interview for performance testing engineer. Okay, so what is scalability testing? Scalability testing is a test methodology where performance of application is tested by measuring scale up and scale down. Note it down. The number of user requests and cope up with that load accordingly. Amazon is the best example. You can go with this example. Amazon Cloud Service offer best real-time example. Like during the peak hour, Amazon online shopping web portal handles extreme load of the user accessing sites, and normal case very few customers accessing this site. Okay, so in this you can provide this example. Okay, what do you mean by scalability? Scalability means scale up and scale down. Okay, what is concurrency testing? Concurrency testing is verifying the performance and load bearing capacity of application when multiple users accessing the websites and performing same actions, such as accessing the pages, searching the product, checking the reviews and shop selected product online. Concurrency testing checks latency of page load. You have to just note it down. Concurrency testing just checks the latency of page load and quick response rate during the peak hours multiple users logged into the web portal. Okay, so both terms are different. Next one is endurance testing. Okay, endurance testing is a non-functional testing for the application where behavior of the application is analyzed within a significant load extended over significant interval period of time. It differs from load testing, where load bearing capacity of the application is measured. In endurance testing, the goal is to check memory leakage and how system perform under the pressure and can sustain or not. Okay, the next question is, have you appeared about the ISTQB? If you have done example, this one is a general question. Okay, general question. If you have done, then you can say that yes, else no. But yeah, you can say that I'm just thinking about this one. Okay, I'm just thinking about to appearing for this exam. Okay, and I'm preparing for this exam. Okay, it's not a hard and fast. The next question is, when should you stop testing activity? Means exit criteria. Exit criteria when you should stop the testing. Okay, there are multiple factors in which we have to stop the testing. Okay, how many test case execution completed and bug occurred during the regression testing. Okay, based on the testing deadline decided, test plan project manager. Mean time, MTBF rate if reduced and within the acceptable rate. code coverage ratio can be calculated based on the various tests like statement coverage, branch coverage, etc. Okay. The next one is, can you explain 7 principles of software testing? The first one is testing shows the presence of defect. Okay. Second one, testing is essential, will help defect in an initial stage of the development. Third one, exhaustive testing is not possible. Fourth one, testing is context dependent. Okay, context dependent means for every software have a different testing perspective. Suppose we have 2 cars, one is Santro, one is Toyota, one is Hyundai car, second one is a Toyota car. Okay, so both have testing processes are different. Okay, both have testing process, one car and one truck. So the both have testing processes are different. So in that case, testing context is dependent. Okay, defect clustering means 80% of problem you found in 20% of model. Okay, suppose you have this one is a software. Okay, and only 80% bugs are found only in this section. Okay, other 20% found various sections, then it is called defect clustering. Okay, pesticide paradox means a set of tests need to be regularly reviewed and revised. Okay, absence of error fallacy. So these are the 7 principles. Okay, next question, what is defect clustering? Defect clustering we already discussed. Okay, 80% of bugs you have found in 20% of models. Okay, next question, what is defect density? Defect density is a number of confirmed defect identified in software model during a development period divided by size of the software. It is calculated as defect count size of released, where size released total line of release code. Okay, so suppose you have a model. Okay, if model 1 have 25 bugs. Okay, model 2 have 15 bugs, model 3 have 50 bugs. Okay, the total number of bug model 1, 2, 3 is line of code is 1250. Model 2 has line of code is 2575. Model 3 has 7500. Okay, line of code. LOC means line of code. Okay. Now, how you can calculate this one? First, you have to add all the total number of bugs, then size. Okay, and then defect density will be divide it, total number of bugs divided by total number of line of code. Okay, then you count the defect density. Okay, it's called defect density. What is age of defect? Age of defect means from where bug is started and from where bug is closed. From opening position to resolve position is called defect age. Okay, what is build? Software build is a process that convert what is build. Okay, what is build? Software build is a process that convert code file by compiling these files with all dependent file from application which accomplish the feature and functionality expected by the end user. Okay, the build contain compiled source file compressed format. Okay, jar or zip format is called build. Okay, build is a collection of your file, collection of your libraries is called build. Okay, what is release? Okay, what is release? Release is a deployed software package, means the build you got from the development side, you can deploy this one in the production environment, in the QA environment, or in the staging environment after several iterations is called release. Okay, what is the difference between build and release? Already we discussed. Okay, can you list some continuous integration testing tool? Okay, yeah, TeamCity, Bamboo CI, GitLab CI, Cruise Control, some of the continuous integration tool. Okay, and can you list, next question is, can you list some continuous CD tools? These are the CI tool, continuous integration and continuous development. Okay, if you want separate video on CI CD tools, please comment it out. Okay, please share your thoughts in the comment box so that I can create a separate video and separate tutorial for the CI CD tools. Okay, which are required for the for SDET role. Okay, how we can push our code in GitHub or GitLab. Okay, so for this one I will create. Okay, the next one is, can you list some continuous development tool? Okay, CD tools, TeamCity, Bamboo, GitLab, Octopus, Deploy, and some of the continuous development tools. Okay, what tool of version control you have used? CSV, SVN, Git, you can say that. Okay, what API testing tools you are aware? Whatever you are using Postman, SOAP UI, or REST assured. Okay, what test management tool did you use? Okay, Zypher, Jira, TestLink. It totally depends on your experience base. Okay, what is CRUD? What is CRUD? CRUD means create, read, update, delete. Is a relational database application. There are major functions that are implemented. Okay, what important web browser do you know? What important web browsers do you know? You can very well have know the Mozilla, Firefox, Google Chrome, Opera, Safari, along with the Internet Explorer. But right now this one is called Edge browser. Edge browser. Okay, so this one is a general question. Or sometime interview asks, in which browser you want to be debug an application or web application. So it totally depends on you. It totally depends on your choice in which you are comfortable. Okay, what operating system you are aware? General question. General question. This one is also general question, in which like Windows, Unix, Linux. If you are familiar with the Unix or Linux, then sometime interview asks some questions from the Linux side or Unix side and ask some commands. Okay. What is CRM software? What is CRM software? CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. Okay, improve enhancement communication, managing sales teams and customer opportunity, determining high quality sales leads, sale analytics reports and dashboard, integration over email and the mobile phones. Okay. The next question is, list few of CRM software tool used customer relationship management. Zoho CRM, HubSpot CRM software tool. Okay, these are the common tools. Salesforce also, Pipedrive. Okay, but these are the common. Salesforce, Zoho is very famous tool in the current market. Okay, what is cyclomatic complexity in the software testing? Cyclomatic complexity for a section of code is measure a number of dependent linear path taken by it. Linear path taken by it, how much time it will be taken. This is stands for measurement of the complexity of a program of code. For example, there are multiple of statement in a program code, then total number of paths will be equal to number of if statement. Okay, suppose you have multiple statement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Okay, you have multiple statement. Okay, and then the total number of, but in all the statements how many times you are using if statement is called cyclomatic complexity. Got it? The next one is mention the category of debugging application. How you can debug brute forces. Through the brute forces, backtracking, cause elimination, program slicing. Okay, brute forces, forcefully we can enter some data. Okay, forcefully we have to be debug. Okay, backtracking means we can use back forward button. Okay, first we have to click on this button, then we have to this click button, then we have to click this one and this button, again click on this button, again click on this button, this button. Move forward and backward continuously. Okay, cause elimination and the program slicing. Divide the programs in smaller part. In that case, we through this we can categorize of the debugging. Okay, how do you go about learning new product? This is general question, totally depends on you. Interviewer wants to know about your skills, how soon you can capture new requirement, or how soon you are willing to able to gather product requirement if he aligned you in the new project, he or project manager aligned you in the new project. Okay, the next question is how you cope up with the having learned new skills. The same question, totally depends on you. Okay, how soon you can capture the things, how soon you can engage in the project, and how soon you can how soon you are friendly with the other team members. Okay, what is performance testing? So this one is a technical question. Okay, the performance testing is non-functional testing type of the determine the speed, responsiveness and stability of computer network, desktop, web application under load. Superset load and stress test are spike, volume, endurance, scalability testing. We already discussed about spike testing, volume testing, endurance testing, scalability testing. During performance testing, attributes like speed, response time, throughput, resources uses and stability are tested. Okay, it's called performance testing. Load testing. What is load testing? A subset of the performance testing. Load testing is a subset of performance testing, is non-functional testing type, analysis of the system behavior during a normal and peak condition where highest number of logged is user as well as first time visitor exploring the site. Some of the load testing tools are Load Runner, Apache JMeter, Neoload and Load Ninja used in the industry, but this one is a mostly used JMeter. Okay, JMeter is mostly used because it's open source. Okay, what is stress testing? Stress testing is also non-functional testing, is a part of your performance testing to measure limit till software till software which stands to load, or limit at which system or software of the hardware break. Okay, what is spike testing? Spike testing is also non-functional testing where application under test are tested against sudden and extreme increase or decrease of the load. Extreme variations are measured in such type of performance test. Okay, what is volume testing? Volume testing when software is subjected to high value of data performance is best known as volume testing. Okay, high volume of data we can provide. The next one is how well do you work with other? So totally depends on you, how you impress interviewer, how much your friendly behavior, totally depends on you. Okay, what motivates you? This one is again general question. Okay, what motivates you? I don't tell you these answers for you, but for the timing, if you want to take reference from here, you can take reference from here, but it totally depends on you. Okay, the next one is, have you worked as independent contributor? Totally depends. This is again general question. Okay, you can say that yes or no. Have you independently worked or with a contributor? Totally. Okay, what is PDCA cycle? Okay, Plan Do Check Act. Plan Do Check Act is an iterative 4 steps management method to control and continuously improve process and product. PDCA cycle are used while starting a new project. Repetitive work by analyzing following: what is a core problem need to be solved? Okay, resource we need and resources we already have. Okay, best optimum solution to fix the problem, how to bring success to your plan. Okay, is called PDCA cycle. The next question is, give one example of high severity and high priority. Okay, so design software gets stuck or hang often. Have enter key has been pressed to review the final draft. This draft is high priority and high severity and should be resolved. Means your screen, suppose you are entering, you are typing something on the form. Okay, and your screen gets stuck with the UI, is high severity and high priority. Okay, because functionally it is not working and it's also impacting your business. Okay, so that's why it's a high severity and high priority. Okay, the next question is, give one example of the high priority and low severity. Logo is the best example. Suppose Apple is the name. Okay, on that place Apple is typed by the designer or the UI UX engineer. Okay, so it will directly impact the business. business image, representation image. Okay, so this one is a high priority and low severity because it's not a functional behavior. Okay, give one example of low priority and high severity. Low priority, a printer printing multiple copies instead of single copy has a high severity as a customer will experience wastage due to printing task still pending. This can be fixed next release of the product. Okay, so this one is these are the common interview question but important interview question. Okay, give one example of low severity and low priority. Low severity, low priority means suppose some spelling mistake in the privacy policy link is not working, or grammatical punctuation marks not up to date. Okay, so these are called low priority and low severity. Okay, describe a situation where you successfully collaborate with developer to deploy a program or the application. So interviewer wants to understand how do you handle task in day-to-day basis. Okay, totally depends on you. It's again journal question, or you can take reference from here. Okay, describe a time when you act proactively to increase system performance. It is again general question. Here also interviewer wants to know about your skill set. Okay, your proactive approach. Okay, proactive and reactive approach towards stand in front of some applications are under the performance. Okay, or building some applications. Okay, so in that case you can take reference from here. Okay, how do you keep up to date with the industry development? That totally depends on you. You can say that I always go through with the different web portal and different technology tools and the libraries, or the YouTube is the best source. Okay, or bloggers, I follow some bloggers. Okay, so in that way I have to be up to date with the technology. Okay, the next question, what process you using for testing currently? It totally depends on you. In your current organization what process you are following. Okay, but if you have not answered, then you can take reference from here. You can use black box testing like functional regression, smoke, database testing, API testing, web service testing, etc. These are functional tests, then integration test, and then non-functional testing. Example, performance testing, use of automation API and database testing script can be improved testing efforts. Okay, the next question is, what is your favorite testing tool? Why? If some technical constraint meant you were unable to use it, what would you instead? Okay, so totally depends on you. So in my case, Selenium is my favorite tool, and I have depth knowledge of this tool. And if I talk about the language, then language is Java. Then I have depth knowledge of the language Java. Okay, so you can always answer these tools and technology in which you have depth knowledge. Okay, so these are the general questions, and interviewer mostly asks these general questions. Okay, the next one is how to handle situation when you don't have time to complete testing. Okay, so in that case interviewer wants to know how do you react real-time scenario when there is a delivery and acceptance testing is on the way. What test you will take on the priority? The answer of this question depends on how did you work performance under the pressure environment. Okay, so totally depends on you how soon you can what things you can prioritize, how you can prioritize the things. Okay, the next question, how do you measure how effective your testing is? What metrics do you use? Okay, so in that case you can say that you need to organize things first. Okay, firstly we can organize the things. We can take all the requirement, then create the test plan. Okay, then writing the detailed test scenario, then detailed test cases, and detailing about the bug report. If we found any bugs, then report the bug and detail about the bug, how bug is created, when bug is created, why bug is created, why bug is occurred. Okay, all the things we have to be mentioned. Okay, so in that way you have to be answered. Okay, the next question is, how well do you work under pressure with the deadlines or tight deadlines? Okay, so this one is totally depends. Is again general question. Okay, so in the agile environment requirement changes frequently. we already discussed about the agile model. Also for the agile, I was already created separate tutorials. You can go through these tutorials, so you can get better understanding how agile will be work, how many types of the agile, and how many ceremonies are available in the agile, in the scrum sprint story, how we can categorize all the things. Okay, because in the agile environment, requirement get frequently changed. Okay, development and testing, okay, activity is carried out in 2 weeks, or the interval where user stories need to be converted as working feature in the software. Under the development, tester need to be verify these feature are feature are designed as required by the end user. Regression tests are required to be carried out, verify, resolve defect, error fixed, and new bug uncovered. Okay, so this one, you can say that answer, you can take reference from here. So guys, these are the questions for today's. Okay, so I hope you learn a lot of things today about the SDET tool interview question. So stay tuned, please share, like, and follow this channel to get more amazing stuff about SDET tool interview question. Goodbye, have a nice day.